All right, Adam, the podcast is doing well. The numbers are looking good. But how do we recruit some people mid-season? You know, it's a good season for Georgia football. How do we recruit people and bring them on in?
Nah, that's not important. Getting people and recruiting in the middle of the season is not important. Just wait till after the season. That'll be time to recruit after the season.
Welcome, everybody, to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton.
Yes, sir.
And this is show number 12. The Dogs stayed perfect on the season after a big win against the Florida Gators. Adam, how you feeling?
Feeling good, Clark. Always good to beat the Gators in Jacksonville. Just everything we talked about last episode, momentum just kept rolling. Smacked them. And here we go, 8-0. First college football playoff rankings come out tomorrow night. It's a great day to be a Georgia Bulldog, like always.
Absolutely. And, man, had we lost that game, it would have been a long 6-hour drive back to Livonia, Georgia.
Oh, it would have. It would have, Clark. It would have. But thankfully, you know, it was fun coming back, just playing out all the what-if scenarios to finish out the rest of the season. 4 more games left. It's time to do it. 12-0. 12-0 is the goal, and it's looking more and more obtainable and realistic every single week. Every single week that we just keep on trucking to.
That's it. That's it. The Dogs don't have to do a lot of mental gymnastics, though, because thankfully we have clinched the SEC East. Woo! After we beat Florida.
Give out a bark for that and give a clap for that, Clark.
Yes.
That is awesome.
For those who don't know, yes, the Dogs beat Florida, but also
I love it.
Mississippi State beat the Wildcats. Adam, you predicted that.
Yeah. Sometimes some teams just have ghosts in some stadiums, just haunted, you know?
Yeah.
And it comes up and it bites them. So that's what Mississippi State and Kentucky did. Yes, sir. The Bulldogs of Mississippi State got it done for us.
All the Dogs won, it seems like, on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Hey, and Tech lost.
Yeah.
Tech lost. Man, just a good day.
Oh, yeah.
Everything, you just got to pinch yourself, man. Guys, it's great. Good times.
Let me pinch myself.
Pinch yourself.
Ooh,
pinch yourself.
That
There you
hurt.
go.
That actually hurt. I pinched myself a little too hard there.
You'll have that.
Man. Yeah, you'll have that. Adam, let's talk about the game day atmosphere. It wasn't in Athens. It wasn't on the road, technically. It was on the road, technically. But it was in Jacksonville. Jacksonville was a great time. If you missed the live call-in show, you missed a good one. We had a great time, and I want to thank everyone who actually called in and supported us and even commented and just watched it. It was a great time. Lots of fun, Adam.
Yes, Clark. Hats off to our listeners, man. I love the fan base. Love the passion. What I love the most about them call-ins is seeing other people who love Georgia football like me and you do, Clark, and seeing what it means to them, hearing their input, their knowledge about it. It's just a good time, a good conversation, and never get tired of them, man. No. And it was an exciting one the night before the cocktail party, and it's just going to keep getting more and more exciting each week now. So.
Oh, man. So we talked about doing a live call-in show for the Tennessee game. Yeah. I think we're going to hold off on that for the SEC championship now that we know that we're going to do that. So be on the lookout. Woo! We're doing one last live call-in show for the regular season.
That's right.
Or before the regular season ends. So be on the lookout for that. All right?
Yep.
But let's go back to the atmosphere of Jacksonville. Adam, we got to the tailgate, and what happened?
Got the tailgate in our traditional spot for decades, just covered up with RVs.
What?
They didn't tell us.
I know.
The lady, our woman that we see every year that gives us the parking passes to get there, takes up our money. She didn't let us know. No forewarning, no nothing. Just come there and there's 6 RVs in the lot, man.
God.
And you're like, and then you have to make an audible. You have to make an audible.
Right.
But thankfully, we had about 11 cars in our group that we had to find a place to park, and right in that spot to get out close to the exit, to get back on I-95 and beat the traffic too. So luckily we were able to get us a good spot and it all worked out. But start off a little bit shaky there at the beginning, Clark. I'm not going to lie to you. It kind of made me feel like, oh, this might not be, might not be our day with it turning into this right here.
Adam, how'd you do in the cornhole tournament that we do every year?
Me and old Clinton, Clint Jordan, we finished, I think we were 4th maybe.
Okay. That's respectable.
A little shaky.
Yeah, I mean.
A little shaky. It wasn't our best. It wasn't our best by any means, but it was fun. It was fun. Clark, go ahead. Tell them. Tell them what you and McKay did.
Well, I need my plaque here. I got to get in touch with Alan Burton about that. But we were runners up, but we would have been champions. but we had to forfeit the championship game for business, baby. Row 60 business.
Row 60 business.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we did what we call a tailgate talk. We found some of the best characters around Jacksonville, interviewed them, both Georgia and Florida fans. Go check that video out. It is on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. A lot of fun. Got to hear from just a lot of different people.
A lot of unique individuals were out there, Clark. It was fun to make, and it was great to just see how different people enjoyed their time at the Georgia-Florida game. Yes. Some people, it's all about the game. Others, it's all about the party. Some have no clue why they're there. You know, Ricky Bobby, no clue why they're in Jacksonville, Florida, what's going on. And it's just, it's like a melting pot. There's a little bit of everything just thrown into one big pot. That's what makes it great.
Absolutely.
What makes it unique.
I tell you, I think we were the only, our group was the only people who were just stone cold sober at that football game.
Oh, it is every year. I mean, people go down there and they have a good time, and they start on Wednesday and they don't end until the late hours going into Sunday morning down there in Jacksonville. And it's if you've never been, you need to go experience it. Every college football fan needs to experience it because it's one of two unique environments. So you have the Cotton Bowl with Texas and OU, and then you get this one. And every year it's just ramped up even more and exciting, and something that, good Lord willing, I'll do until I'm dead. Let's go down to that game because it's special to me and always will be.
Yep. Great family traditions down there.
That's right.
All right. Food was great, Adam. I know we ate a bunch of seafood on Thursday and Friday night, but man, how was that hot dog? Give us that weekly concession stands report, Adam. Go ahead.
Clark, got to be honest about the hot dogs here lately. I've had a little bit of a hot dog rut in these stadiums.
Oh, man.
Sanford probably has the second best hot dog that I've had this year.
Okay.
Sanford Stadium does. And each one I've got at home has been all right. It's been a respectable dog. And the one I had at IAA Bank Stadium Saturday, it was respectable.
Okay.
But you can't put it in the top upper echelon of stadium hot dogs that I've consumed this year.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt might not be good on the football field, Clark. They might be atrocious on the football field. But maybe because they're a baseball school is why they can make a dang good hot dog. And I have yet to have a hot dog at any stadium this year outside of Vanderbilt where I've had to go back and get a second one. And I had to do that at Vanderbilt. We'll see if Tennessee can do it. And we'll see if the Benz can do it. But right now, and Georgia Tech, Bobby Dodd, I have my doubts. But I would probably put it behind Auburn, the one I had at Jacksonville.
Dang.
Behind Auburn. It was decent. It was respectable, but not just fulfilling like ones in the past. So that is my review. I would give it a 3-star. 3.5. 3.5.
3.5. So what would the rating be? 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10, probably a 6.5.
No,
6.5. Not terrible. No, it was definitely good. I mean, enough about the hot dog, but it was definitely good. But I was just expecting better. Vanderbilt just really set the tone.
Yeah, it seems
like the tone, and nobody has lived up to it yet. So I'm looking at you, Tennessee Volunteer Concession Stand people.
Adam,
your arch rival's going to beat you. Vanderbilt's going to have a better dog, so we'll see.
Adam,
I hope there's mustard to put on.
I was going to say, I hope the mustard bottle may be on the field. Oh my gosh!
I hope they have condiments for it. We'll see when we get up there.
Everything's just going to be on the field, just littered.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Oh, that game's coming up. But first, we got Missouri. And so we're going to be talking about Missouri here at the end of the show. But before we do that, we're going to talk about Georgia, Florida, some stats, some highlights, some not so good things that came out of that game, and a lot more on this episode. So stay tuned. Adam, through 8 games, listen to this. Georgia has trailed only 11 plays this season. 11.
And I'm guessing that was an Opelika, Alabama.
Yep.
Wow.
For a very short period of time.
That stat right there is just unreal. It is unreal. It's truly unbelievable. And it's been a pretty respectable schedule. When you think about Clemson, and Clemson's not the same football team they are now, but they are still a very respectable team because of what their traditions have been, and for the fact that coming into that opener, they had championship hopes, they had the high level, still had a bunch of key players. So when you look at game by game and see that number of what Georgia's done, truly tells you how good this football team is. I got excited and knocked down my sticker here, Clark. I got to put it back up.
Hey, speaking of stickers, right quick, Adam.
Let me give it to him.
Yeah. Show them that.
Put it up there right there.
Maybe getting a couple more of these bad boys out along with some koozies, maybe some shirts.
And stuff. Clark, we've told the people that merchandise is coming. Well, here it is. If you're listening to it online, go to YouTube and look up the video, and you can see the sticker I'm holding up right now. And we'll post it on the page and get them out to the people.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The podcast is really growing.
Love it. Because we have just diehard dogs out there.
That's right.
And the support of the good people of the state of Georgia and everywhere else in the world that love the dogs like we do and are just along for the ride. We're on the train. We're coming down the tracks. We're running over everybody that's in our way. And the big old Missouri Tigers, the next one that's on the way.
That's right.
And they can't play no defense. So it's going to just get pummeled.
Oh, goodness. This win, Adam, makes 12 straight wins, looking for 13 this week against Mizzou. But after beating Florida, we have made it 12 straight wins after getting beat last year in Jacksonville. So that's impressive.
That is.
Georgia is holding opponents to an average of 6.63 points a game. That is wild. I mean, there are no words for that.
You know, it's crazy when you start looking at this defense. And every single guy, I don't think it's unrealistic to say that every single one, all 11 people who start on this Georgia defensive team can get drafted.
Yeah.
Get drafted.
Oh, yeah. And you got several in the first.
Argument. Oh, yeah.
You got several in the first, second, third. I mean, I'd say half of the defense.
Every one of them probably get drafted.
That's unreal. So 53 points total given up this year by the Dogs. The next best team in that statistic, I think, has 100 maybe.
And who cares? They're not in the same league. They're not in the same stratosphere as this Georgia Junkyard defense, baby.
You got to start talking about our defense this year when you start talking about some of the best defenses ever. In college football history. And, you know, and people say, well, you still haven't been tested yet. You still haven't been tested yet. Well, we've heard that all season. Who is going to give us that test?
Who is going to give the Junkyard Dog D a test?
I don't know. I mean, you can make an argument for a team like Ohio State, maybe a team for like Alabama or potentially Oklahoma or Cincinnati. I don't know, but
I think Ohio State and Alabama is the only two teams that could. I really do think that, Clark. And we'll get to that later on.
Yeah.
But that's a if. That's a big if they can.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, the Dogs weren't perfect on defense. We did give up one touchdown. 418 games consecutively that Florida has scored points. They haven't been shut out since 1988. Dang. That's unreal, too.
That is crazy. So pre-Spurrier area was the last time that they got shut down. God, you know, that is crazy to think about. I didn't realize it had been that long. And God, we're so close. We're right there. And selfishly, you want to think, it kind of hurts, but we've just got to enjoy it, man. We've seen so much heartbreak down there. And to blow them out and play, and what we're going to touch on this, but probably playing one of our sloppiest games of the season.
Easily.
In some parts of the game. And still beat them by 4 touchdowns, 27 points like that. That just shows how talented and good a football team this Georgia team is. And that Florida team had some talent on it, too.
They did.
And it was still a good team. So just enjoy it, people. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride.
The Dogs took back the Okefenokee oar. If you don't know what that is a 10-foot wooden oar made out of a 1,000-year-old cypress tree found in the middle of the two states, Georgia and Florida. The Dogs get it back.
Nice.
It's created in 2009. You can see that, I believe, in the Tate Center.
You can, in the hallway out there.
Big old glass case.
Big old glass case.
Walk by it, kiss the glass. Actually, that's probably not a great idea.
Kiss it.
Yeah, kiss it. Yeah, kiss the glass and tell Kirby Smart thank you when you see him.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. It needs to come back to Athens and stay in Athens for this whole next decade.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling.
Yep. Adam, it was kind of funny, though. Florida fans really did believe that their team was going to just not only match up with our guys, but come out and outplay us.
Yeah.
Outmatch us.
They did, Clark. We talked to some people before the game, some Florida fans, and they were nice. It was a good, cordial, fun time with these people, but they truly thought with Anthony Richardson was going to be their savior. Come in as a redshirt freshman and light it up. Just light it up. Light up this Georgia defense, and the game overwhelmed him. And seeing that and how far the Florida fans leaving the stadium at halftime, Clark, after that 2-minute period where Georgia goes on and scores 21 points, I mean, they were filing out at halftime. They might have told you they were just going to go get them a popcorn or something, but they were gone. They were gone. They left. And by the beginning of the fourth quarter, there was nothing but red and black on the other side. And that is the sweetest picture from anything that goes on down in Jacksonville is Florida fans exiting the stadium and heading back to Gainesville.
Or to go drink their drink themselves
their sorrows away, just knowing that there's no future in their football program. There's no minimum whatsoever. They're 23rd overall in the nation in recruiting. They have a losing record.
Yeah.
They're past, how many games is it now? Dating back to last year. I forgot. I saw the stat. I want to say they're right at 500. It might be a losing record. They're paying. I've forgotten. That's bad preparation, bad form on my part not to know.
The people will understand.
But the people just need. Point blank period is Florida is declining at a rapid pace. Yep. That's all that needs to be expressed. You saw it Saturday. You'll continue to see it. We talked, Clark, about getting momentum, smashing them, and just demoralizing the Florida fan base, the Florida football program, start asking some questions, put them in a predicament. And that's what Georgia did. Yeah. And that's a lot of head scratching going on in Gainesville. And I love it. Yeah. No better, except Clemson, and they're scratching their head. All of them are. It's just a good time. Yeah. Just a good time.
Oh, there goes the stickers again. There goes the sticker again. May not. Just drop it in the cup or something there.
Yeah. We'll just put it right
there. We go.
All right.
But Adam, you're right. You know, Florida needs. They don't need to be a good team. What I'm saying is they should be a good team with all the resources. They're literally in one of the hottest beds of recruiting there is in Florida. You got the most talent to pull from. You got the facilities, like I said. You got all the resources. You got the donors. You're playing in the best league, the best conference in the league. And man, you're just falling off the map. And I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me, but. If I'm a Florida fan, I am infuriated with Dan Mullen and his inability to recruit. I would be livid if Kirby Smart were this way. Yeah. Well, in fact, Kirby would already be gone by.
I mean, the arrogance of Dan Mullen is unreal, and you saw it in the last part of the first half on Saturday. Not just all right, we're in a good spot. Our defense is playing well. We're getting our young quarterback acclimated to the game. Yeah. Let's just go in the half, 10-0. You know. And instead, he's thinking, all right, I'm going to get cute here, hurry up, try to get some points, steal some points going into halftime. I get the ball back, start the second half, go away, and then bam. It just smacked him in the face with what happened with that defense. And I think that is kind of some arrogance on his part, was especially after the Nolan Smith interception and then the touchdown to Kieris. And then after that, it was unreal. Yeah. Unbelievable that he would go back out there and try to move down the field with under a minute. Mm-hmm.
Some would call it aggressive. I just call it arrogance. I'm with you.
Against this defense and against this team that, you're trying to hang in the game. That was really going to be your chance, was to hang around, make Georgia on offense, have some turnovers, make some mistakes, get the ball in good field position and capitalize on that. But you couldn't do what they did, and I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah. Adam, I heard a Florida fan after the game. They were very complimentary. They said, Georgia doesn't necessarily have a superstar. We don't have a Trevor Lawrence out there. But what we do have is a team full of really, really good football players. Guys who are disciplined, they're smart, and they're just really, really talented.
Yeah.
And I think that was part of the reason why we beat the crap out of Florida this past Saturday. Let's go to offense. Let's talk about our offense. Let's start with the good, Adam. And some people have some very mixed feelings right now about the Dogs offense. But let's sit down and talk about the good. Hash that out first, and then later on we'll talk about some things that necessarily aren't so good.
Can't we just say this first before we get into this? Everybody just needs to calm down.
Yep.
Calm down and sit back and really think about it and see where this football team is and look who's ahead on your schedule and how you need to win those football games, and trust this coaching staff. They've done a phenomenal job. I really think some pieces will be put back in place. Some guys are going to get healthier and guys continue to get better. You couldn't ask Clark for a better 4 games coming up. Yeah. Just keep on working going into the postseason. And so I just want to start this conversation by everybody would just need to be level-headed about it and enjoy the freaking ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy the freaking ride.
Yep.
Look at that freaking Coke bottle and see this 3/4 of the way full instead of 1/4 of the way empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's where we need to be at. That's a
good way to look at life.
I mean,
So, and it's a healthy way to look at football.
It is. Especially when you got the number 1 team in the nation right now. It's crazy. All right, anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. The first drive, Adam, I mean, we came out offensively looking phenomenal. I mean, I thought the first drive couldn't go any better till we got to, what was it, 4th and 1?
Yeah.
And we decided, it was 3rd and 1. And then we got the grounding, lost it down, and then it turned into 4th and something. But 3rd and 1, Adam, and we didn't run the ball. Now, look, I'm not that guy that likes to be critical with coaching and the offensive play calling, but man, that did not make sense to me. I thought we were running it really, really well. And I guess you're just trying to get a quick touchdown there and really set the tone. But man, that backfired. There's some miscommunication there with Stetson and his receiver, and somehow got an intentional grounding call, which was also ridiculous. Yeah. And then you have Hot Pod go out there and he missed it. So what'd you think about that first drive?
They really came out and moved the ball well, very disciplined on offense. And that call with Monken there on 3rd and 1, you look like an absolute genius if you get a touchdown right there.
That's true.
If the guy's just streaking wide open, then you look like a genius right there. But it is questionable when you're pounding the ball like you are. Just get a quick yard right there or shoot. Even if you want to really set the tone, say, well, we got 2 downs. Let's pick up a yard right here.
Yeah.
And, hindsight's 50-50 on it. And who knows if we would have scored 7 right there, if the offense would have kept continuing to pick it up and had a better performance than what we could say that was possibly displayed Saturday or not. You don't know, but it's one of those calls. You can see both sides of where he's wanting to go with it. And one of those things, if it works, everybody loves you. If it don't, then, it's very questionable. Yeah. So,
let me ask you about the line, Adam. How did you think they played off the offensive line? How do you think they played?
I think you have to give credit to Florida's defensive line. They really stepped up and played a whole lot better than they did against LSU. I think you really got to give Todd Grantham some credit for going after their game in Baton Rouge, going back an off week and making some adjustments and some schemes and stuff that could be exploited in their defense, correcting them and not allowing Georgia to do that, and having their guys motivated to play. Because I think Florida's defense really played a sound football game.
Yeah.
It was Dan Mullen's offense that killed them. Make no mistake about that. It truly was.
Right.
So I think the pass protection didn't look great and stellar. I think Stetson made some great plays with his legs to extend some drives and some plays. And I think I'll be honest, I think that Florida played a really good game defensively, and they honestly played better and handled our offense more than I thought they would.
Yeah, and I think they played us better than a lot of other teams. Maybe, I wouldn't say Clemson, but outside of Clemson, I think they played the best defense. They had the best defensive performance against the Dogs, in my humble opinion. They striked our guys on the line.
Yeah.
They were very physical. They got penetration. The pockets seemed to collapse a little bit on Stetson quite a few times. But I will say this, our offensive line did pick it up, especially in the second half with the run game. I thought they did a great job moving to that second level, getting to those linebackers and sealing those blocks and allowing, James Cook, Zeus to get to that second level.
Right.
And that's when you get those big chunk plays, those 10-yard gains, those 15-yard games, and then heck, that even that 30, 40-yard run that Zeus had there at the very end.
Well, you kept feeling like these guys were going to break you. They were a shoestring tackle away, just keeping on their feet a little bit longer. That they just break. And then finally Zeus there at the end of the game gets it.
Yes.
And man, that was sweet. It was good to see that. So, I think at the end, the offense started to wear them down a little bit, but you do have to give credit to Florida's defense. They played a phenomenal game, I believe, for a unit that really has been criticized all year, for Todd Grantham, who probably will not have a job at the end of the year. They came out and they did their part, I feel like, for Florida. Mm-hmm. And you got to tip your hat to them for that.
Yeah.
So
Brenton Cox had a good game too. I thought that Florida's defensive end, and there's a reason that kid. He was a 5-star recruit. Is that right, Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of high school, 5-star recruit, came to Georgia, committed, played a little bit, and then he transferred.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why he's not with the Dogs. And I think part of the reason why is may not have been playing in front of some of these guys.
I mean, he's a guy that's criticized maybe not giving 100% on every single play, you know, and kind of pulling up a little bit and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, overall, on offense, I think what I would like to point out, the biggest takeaway of just something that was really good to me was Kearis Jackson's kind of looking like his old self.
Yeah.
You know, he made a couple of really good plays. His touchdown catch over the shoulder, great concentration and getting that knee in, and looks like he is starting to get healthier and maybe at 100% and looking like he did last year when Stetson was playing, and he was Stetson's main target, I felt like, you know, before Stetson got hurt last year. So I think it's going to be nice this last 4 games of the season is getting these guys back, getting our receivers back and getting them more just healthy, more confident, and knocking off some rust. And I think we'll see a different offense. So I'm not going to hit the panic button from what everybody's speculating so far.
I feel like a lot of people have hit that panic button, and they keep hitting it this season. And I think these people just need to chill out. These guys
absolutely.
And they know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Man, speaking of the receivers, I've heard talk, Adam, that we're going to get guys like Don Blaylock back real soon, and we possibly could get George Pickens back here pretty soon. And that would be amazing, because I think then you really are going to have to stretch the field vertically with these guys, and that helps with the run game. If you can back these safeties off and the corners, you can get them off the field, you know, and just run them off.
Exactly.
That opens up a ton of stuff.
Exactly, Clark. I mean, I feel like that when you get somebody like Pickens back, that's a 7 to 10 point swing per game. I feel like if you get the Pickens now, if you get remotely close to what George Pickens was pre-injury, you know, and I know it's going to take some time to shake the rust off a little bit, but kind of people speculated if you see him this year, it'll be SEC championship and potential playoffs. But now it's kind of looking like, hey, you might see this kid come in during the back part of the season here. And I don't have any inside connections or anything, nothing. But if I could just give an estimated guess, Clark, I'm going to say he's coming back Charleston Southern.
Wow.
I think he gets 2 games at the end of the year coming back Charleston Southern.
Right.
That's what I'm going to say. And like I said, I could be completely wrong on that, but I want to call and predict right now during this podcast, Clark, today, that George Pickens will be on the field. I don't know how long, but he will make an appearance Charleston Southern.
Dang.
Book it.
Wow. All right. I'm going to remember that. I feel like everybody else will too.
My voice cracked there. We're still struggling in the voice department. I'm here to tell you, but all right.
Good?
No, we're good. We're good. I'm good. Just a little mid-season adversity you got to deal with. Everybody's banged up right now. Everybody's banged up. We got to reach deep down.
We thought the bye week
going.
We thought the bye week would help with that, but I don't think it did.
No, it didn't.
Not for me.
It didn't. It's just going to keep getting tougher, too. So fans, players, coaches, everybody likes just got to hunker down, and persevere, and just we can rest on January 11th.
Adam, I love this. I don't know what this is, but you do this so much, and I love it.
Yeah, I do.
Do you do that in the game or something?
Yeah, I do it. A lot of things in life that I get excited about. I just want to drive home a point. I give them one of them numbers right there. Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Everybody needs to start doing it.
Yeah, just in the stadium, just go out there and
just drive home a point.
Drive home a point. Well, let me drive home a point.
Give it to us.
I didn't actually have a point. Hold up. I do want to say a couple more things before we get kind of to the bad. And when I say bad, I'm not saying, detrimental. This is something that's catastrophic.
But it's the elephant in the room. And it's discussions going on by the water cooler this week.
Yeah. But before we get to that, I want to say one thing. I love that tight end screen to Brock Bowers. My gosh, that was beautiful.
He is a stud, man.
He is.
And I tell you, I heard he is now a semifinalist for the Maxwell Award.
What?
Very prestigious award, and especially for a tight end.
Yeah.
True freshman.
That's unreal.
No, it's insane.
Dang. Wow.
So, yes, Brock Bowers, great screenplay to him right there. It's a guy that you need to give him the football.
Yeah.
Give him the football, and good things happen. I mean, obviously, it's been like that all year. One thing, too, Clark, I wanted to mention before we go to other things is it was good to see Kenny McIntosh back.
Yeah.
I feel like he is a powerful runner. I know he had that fumble, but he knocked off some rust. I feel like he had some good runs and a guy that I really like running the football. am a big fan of his because it feels like he's got some explosiveness about him. You know? That he's ready to just break one. You know, he's a hard runner, and I like that. And I know he coughed it up one time, but it was good to see him back running hard. And a guy that I expect to contribute a lot in the back part of the season.
We saw guys like Jermaine Burton back out running some more. And then Marcus Rosemy, Jack Saint also got some playing time. And then, man, I tell you, when we get this guy back, Kendall Milton, I think we're going to really just keep pounding the football.
And mesh together. I mean, I'd love to see Jermaine get some more looks. You know, I don't know if it's a part of just not in the game plan, not getting separation right now, or just not back 100%. But where he was with JT the last 4 games of the season last year, specifically was special. So if we get that back with him as well, get Pickens back, and these guys that Bowers is there and Washington, you can see this offense just boom.
Yeah,
that's what's exciting about it.
Absolutely. All right, Adam, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Like I said, not detrimental, not catastrophic here. But the offense, man, it really does seem at times like we have some rhythm. We know what we're doing. It just flows well. All these offensive drives, man, we don't turn the ball over. We score points. We're consistently running the ball.
Right.
Then we set up the play action. Then we throw it, and I don't know, it just looks good. And then other times we just sputter a little bit. It kind of it doesn't look right. It doesn't look like we're the number 1 team in the nation with the best offense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it doesn't, Clark. I mean, with this defense, your offense has been putting up good numbers and obviously scoring points enough to win you football games. Yeah. And the whole conversation is right now, will we be explosive enough if we play an offense that puts 28 to 35 points up against us?
Yeah.
If you play Alabama in the SEC championship, if you're matched up against Oklahoma, Ohio State in the playoff, because the ultimate goal, obviously, for this team and the expectation level right now, definitely, but even in preseason, is this is the year to win a national championship, especially when you have a historic defensive side of the football. So I would like to see these next 4 games for it to just confidence just to build. And I think it sets up perfect for that to happen.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be a Georgia football podcast if we didn't address and give our opinion on what the whole just conversation is right now across the Bulldog Nation.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that question is Stetson or JT, right?
Yes, it is. It is. And I hate just talking about it and having to give my opinion on it because I like them both. I really like them both. And I think it's different from, because everybody feels like, oh, every year we have this same controversy come up of who we want to be starting quarterback. It's always a quarterback controversy. Everybody's questioning Kirby Smart or whoever the offense coordinator is at the time of why so-and-so's not playing. And we divide ourselves up into different groups. And it's not a whole just split of the fan base, but it causes a bunch of conversation and a bunch of debate because everybody's got their opinion. Everybody is a Monday morning quarterback right there, you know, and talking about what they think should be done.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is both of these guys, I think, have the respect of the team, especially Stetson Bennett. And I think this team's going to rally around whoever's under center, and I do not. And we've talked about this before. Like we said before, Clark, these guys are both love Georgia, I truly feel like. And there's a plan. Yeah. There's a plan. Yeah.
And we just have to trust it. And, I mean, it doesn't matter what we think. It really doesn't. It matters what Kirby and Monken and all those guys.
That's right.
You know, look, they have our best intentions in mind. It's not like they're putting – they're trying to prove a point out there by putting one in over the other. That's not the case, y'all. That's idiotic. And Kirby obviously is trying the best he can to figure this situation out. And it's a tough one, man. Yeah. But that's why you get paid millions of dollars to do it. And that's why you and I and all these other people are sitting at home, not coaches. So just, I think everybody needs to just chill out with this. The guy who's going to give us the best chance of winning will be on the field. Yes. And I think JT personally is the better player. Yeah, I think he has the intangibles. I think he has the better arm, to be quite frank with you. I think there's a lot more about him that I like than I do Stetson in the passing game, but he can't be healthy. There's no way that kid is 100% because we didn't see him at all. We didn't see him at all. And I thought, surely to goodness, if JT's healthy, he's going to get some reps, some snaps out there. during this Florida game, even in garbage time, sometime during the game, I thought he was going to come out there, and he didn't.
Yeah, I think Clark truly, as Coach Rick used to say, being inside the arena, the only people who really know what's really going on with JT Daniels right now is the people that is inside the arena, and we are far outside of the arena. Yeah. So we don't know what's happening. But if you kind of look at it, like you said, if he's 100% healthy, he would have got some, I'm not saying he would have just took Stetson's spot Saturday, but he would have gotten to the game when you're up by 27 there at the end of the game. He would have gotten a drive to try to knock off some rust, get them back going in case even if they want to ride with Stetson, you at least need to get JT some reps in case an injury happens and he has to be in the game. But I don't know. I feel like something is just completely off with it. Obviously, it's gamesmanship by Kirby Smart wanting opposing coaches and D coordinators to plan for both quarterbacks. Obviously, that's that's definitely what's going on. But as far as why we have not seen JT Daniels, since the first quarter in Nashville, it's weird. The last Saturday of September is very odd, Clark. Very odd. Is it really a lat injury? Is it? I'm not going to speculate and throw out false rumors, but is it something non-injury related? And all I've heard is there's a reason why Monken is going with Stetson over JT. Yep. And you may not ever hear it, but if you do, it'd be you understand. So you trust these coaches who, like you said, Clark, have made a living off of it, who's done very well up to this point, and want more so than even me or you to give the best chance to win. Right. I think, Clark, real quick, both of them have their upside. I mean, I'm a JT guy. I want JT Daniels. I think JT makes better reads with the football. I think JT Daniels can stretch the field and give you that deep vertical passing attack, which I think is going to be pivotal going forward and winning a championship, is developing a downfield attack, stretching the field, making defenses respect your passing game, utilizing the middle of the field. I feel like with Stetson Bennett, I don't know if it's because we like to roll him out a lot, and throwing across his body in the middle of the field is dangerous. If you can't really stay in the pocket and see over the line, to utilize little mesh routes we talked about this Saturday, or stuff over the middle, or what it is. But I feel like we need to utilize the middle of the field. And I mean, I'm no offensive guru by any means, but just from the naked eye, my opinion is that, and that JT will make better reads with the football, release the football quicker, especially if you're playing a team where it's getting good penetration on our offensive line, and get us in the right plays more. So I don't know. Stetson does a good job at that. I think Stetson's reads aren't as good. I think there's a couple times Saturday where obviously he made the wrong reads. But on the flip side, Stetson, I think, has the respect of his locker room for how gritty he is, how tough he is, how much he loves Georgia, how long he's been in this program. And obviously, I think, Clark, he is more mobile to extend plays. We saw that on Saturday, being able to get out of the pocket and make something happen. But I think each one of them have their benefits of being in. Ultimately, I do not know what's going on, but if, say, JT's bought in 100% healthy and everything, I would rather run with him and be thankful we got a guy like Stetson Bennett on our team behind him as well. What I like about it, and last thing I'll say about it, Clark, is when Stetson Bennett, when I watched this Saturday, went to the sideline, he went straight to JT Daniels, and they would talk. It's not like one's on one end, one's on the other. They're talking. They're fine. The chemistry's good. Kirby Smart said the chemistry's good. I don't care. Whoever they want to roll out there, it'll be fine. Yep. Anyway, my rant's over.
That's enough about quarterbacks. 3 turnovers, though, not good. I mean, I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I think that is the most turnovers we've had in a single game, I think.
Probably this year.
Yeah,
I don't know
this year.
Offhand, but...
But, I mean, Stetson made a bad read on one, and then the other, he just underthrew it. He's got to throw that ball to the sideline. And just didn't quite make it there. So
that's right.
So we got to clean that stuff up. And then, some penalties hurt us here and there. Got to clean that up, obviously. But overall, man, I think we did good offensively. We put up 27 offensive points. Is that right?
No, I think we put up 14 or 17. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
And they're pick six. Wait a minute. Yeah. If you talk about that's right. Zeus's run, Kieris's touchdown, field goal,
James Cook's touchdown,
pick six, and James Cook. Yeah, and 2 or 3 of those were set up nicely in Florida's territory. That's right. That's right. I don't know what I'm thinking.
So. Good job, offense.
Good job, offense. A lot of stuff to improve on, but guys are getting healthier. You got a very favorable back half of the schedule to get stuff just ramped up and ready to roll into Atlanta.
That's it.
For December. So everybody stay optimistic and excited about it. It's going to be all right.
Don't worry.
It's going to be all right. Don't worry. Just enjoy the ride. Don't worry. I know it's hard because right now you're thinking everything is just going perfect.
Yeah.
It's going perfect, and you're just trying to look into it deeply and think, well, what can go wrong here? Just being paranoid about it. That's how I'm being. That's how I'm being. And I really just need to step back and go, I need to enjoy this ride. I've loved this football team for so long. Enjoy this. You've been waiting for this so long, but you just know how special this team is and what it could be. And it scares you to death, Clark.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy.
We're
but
just accustomed to that.
It scares me to death. And of course, you want to just pick apart and play what if scenarios in your head, which isn't good. So that's why I'm just saying for everybody, just step back and just enjoy it for a while. Just enjoy it for a while.
Yep. All right, let's talk defense. Florida's O-line, I tell you, man, they played their tails off.
Yes.
I think they held their own. They handled our blitzes very well for the most part. They did a good job, too. I think both defense and offensive line for Florida won that first quarter. You could argue the second quarter there for half of that. And I think they played their tails off, and especially with the challenge of going up against the #1 defense in America. So.
Yeah, they did. I think Florida's offensive line did a very good job. I think the past 2 games, Kentucky and Florida, haven't just been overwhelmed and manhandled by our defensive front.
Right.
But even though they weren't overwhelmed and manhandled by them, they still just got
They did.
And that's what's amazing about this defense.
Man. Yeah.
It still is like 2 great offensive lines, but still could not really make anything happen.
Yeah. Well, I was wrong about one thing, and that was that Florida was able to run the ball, and they outrushed every team we played up to this point. I think they're the only team up to this point to put more than 100 rushing yards against the Dogs this season. That's impressive. I mean, kudos to them. They ran the ball well. They had quarterback power, quarterback draw. They had the speed option. They just had a normal read option. There's a lot of things they did well running the ball. And I'm not really concerned because, that was their game plan to run the ball, to kind of shorten the game a little bit. At least that's what I thought it was. And then Dan Mullen comes out, guns blazing in the last part of the second quarter, and it just backfires on them. But
it did. I mean, obviously they've ran the football all year, well gashed Alabama, and what I liked about with the speed option with Richardson, who's a big kid coming in, was the discipline by this defensive guys, knowing their assignments, staying with their assignments. If it's a quarterback, they're going to the quarterback, and there's a guy who was assigned for the pitch man, they run after the pitch man and not just getting gashed and having plays like that with missed blown assignments just kill you for a big one. What they were trying to do. So good job. Also, some trick plays. You knew Dan Mullen was going to get some gimmicks out of there.
Yeah.
So, of course, halfback pass, wide receiver. They split Richardson out as wide out and a throwback to him trying to pass it downfield. Good discipline by our secondary and guys and noticed what was going on, staying at home and being alert and not letting those go for a big play. So, I mean, when you got offenses doing that, thinking the only way they're going to move the ball is from gimmicks, the old Gus Malzahn routine, you're in a good spot. You're in a good spot, Clark. And our defense just answered the call again, just elite.
Yeah, they nickeled and dimed us, though, when they did pass it. No deep balls, really. Right. Lots of curls and underneath routes. They just nickeled and dimed us. Both quarterbacks played, Anthony Richardson and Emory Jones. I think our defense handled both of those guys very, very well. Yeah. And I also want to say Quay Walker, man, is so underrated, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, he's a player, man.
He's a great guy to rotate and give Channing and Nakobe a break. Just a good, solid athlete. And there was one play I remember. We both pointed out. Our eyes lit up. We both saw Quay. He came from one end of the field to the other and made a huge stop.
You don't see that every day, and especially in every game that you watch.
Yeah.
Linebackers, middle linebackers who can run that fast with that much sideline to sideline speed.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, me and you just look, and almost just our jaws drop looking at Quay Walker. I mean, coming from the opposite side of the field to make a play. And what we've talked about, this team, everybody is committed to it, knows their assignment, and want to get to the football. Hats are flying to the ball, and just very disciplined, man. And that's why they're on their way to a historic season.
Yeah. They actually had one more yard total yardage gains, 355 to 354, and we still beat them 34-7.
Yeah, I mean,
how does that work?
I mean, what's just crazy about it is you could argue that outside of Clemson, that was Georgia's sloppiest game on the offensive side of the ball, and Florida moving some yards on offense, on our defense, and you still beat Florida 34-7, man.
Crazy.
It's unreal.
Crazy.
It's unreal.
Crazy.
It's unreal. It's unreal where the state of this program is right now. And that goes to just everybody buying in and facing some adversity, but knowing just staying the course to where they want to go and doing it.
Yeah. Another guy I want to shout out is Latavius Brini, man. He's improved drastically. I think he's a great asset to our nickel packages. He helps and it also helps to have Christopher Smith back. It's good to see him back and healthy and contributing. I think, man, our defense, I feel a little bit better. Not that, and we talked about this last time, but not that having Dan Jackson back there is a bad thing, but man, you want your best talent out there, and definitely Christopher Smith is part of that group.
Oh, absolutely.
And we need him and all our guys healthy. So
made a big play attacking the football on that trick play, the throwback to Richardson and then Richardson got it behind the line and threw it downfield. Yeah. Chris Smith did a good job getting in position, going up and attacking the football on that. That could have been a big gainer for them right there. And just a really good player on the back end right there. Glad to have him back there with Scene in the secondary.
Well, getting a little nitpicky here, Adam. Sometimes Lewis Scene, I watched a little bit of film, and I know Kirby's going to probably talk about this with him a little bit, but he is aggressive. But I think sometimes he's a little too aggressive coming up in run support. There were a few times he got out of position, got sucked up in the inside, and gave that sideline to the running back, and he got some big yardage out of that. There's one play, I think 25 yards rushing. So, there's little things here and there, but with this defense, but man, they're going to clean it up. I really don't worry about them. In fact, when they're out there, man, I feel way better with them out there than our offense.
Oh yeah.
And in years past, well, maybe not Kirby's era, but before that, I always felt better with our offense than our defense being out there. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this unit's just unreal. I mean, nobody scored above 14 points this year against Georgia.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That is crazy. And guys, it's just get more and more comfortable every week. Younger guys like Keeler Ringo are getting more and more game experience. And seeing that, man, it's good. And knock on wood, Clark, because one thing that cannot happen is just keep the injury bug away from them.
Yeah.
Just get through these next 4 games and go into the postseason, full roster, everybody healthy, ready to go. And the sky's the limit with this group. Yeah. And Clark, I don't know if there is an offense that can just really give this defense fits, Clark. I mean, yeah, you could look at Ohio State and Alabama. They might could put up 28 to 35. But as far as just lighting them up all night, I don't think there is one.
No.
After watching some Ohio State, like for the first time in a while, against Penn State, and kind of seeing where they're at when they play a defense that's got a little bit of a pulse. They got some questionable issues. I mean, I got the potential to really explode.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a team that Georgia, I think, can really limit to having offensive success. And I really think Alabama, as talented as they are and how good Bryce Young is and mobile he is, I think they're susceptible to Georgia's D-line just really dominating the offensive line and it being a good night in Atlanta. So we talk about the offensive miscues and stuff. Do you have to have that shootout mentality with an offense to win it all this year? In this particular season in college football, with the historic defense you have and the lack of offensive being like they had been in the past 2 to 3 years, do you have to have that explosive offense? I mean, yeah, you got to have a little bit of it, but I'm just telling you, I mean, the more I think about it, the more excited I get. And,
oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. Special teams, big day for them.
Yeah.
Jackpot, listen, he missed one, but I'm not really concerned. Adam, I know you got some stats on Jackpot. I want to say, though, that wind was brutal. It was whipping, and that's something that, if you're sitting at home watching it, you didn't really get to see or feel. My face is just burnt. But, I trust Kirby to put him out there. If he goes and Kirby sends him on a 52-yard field goal, I trust Kirby's decision. I really do. I think there's nothing really to be worried about. But, Adam, what's some stats?
I mean, I think there's been some talk about, you go and you offer a scholarship to Jared Zirkle, the kid from Texas, and you hadn't seen him play kicking. Everybody's wondering why, Jackpot, what's wrong with him this year, all this stuff. Let's pump the brakes, Clark. Mm-hmm. Let's pump the brakes. Yeah. Everybody, because people are saying, why is he not who he was last year? Well, let's go to the stats. Let's do a little homework. Last year, he was 13 out of 16 field goals. Okay. This year, he is 12 out of 16. Ah. And from, let's see right here, from 49 yards out, he was 10 of 13. And in 2021, this year, he is 12 of 16.
Interesting.
So, very similar statistics.
Yeah.
Very similar. So, it's not as different as one would venture to think. Mm-hmm. So, let's just keep supporting Pod. Like you said, Clark, trust Kirby when he's going to put him out there.
Right.
And, you never know when he can make a big one for us. He's done it before. So.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody just start putting those arms in the air. I'll tell you, the one time I did it on Saturday, he made it.
Yeah.
So. I didn't do it the one time he missed it. So we just need to give him the field goal arms there. Oh, man. And I'll tell you, Kieris is bound to break one, whether it be punt return or kickoff. Yep. He's bound to do it. I don't know when it's going to happen, but he's going to do it this season. I just feel it. I feel it. And he wants it bad. You can tell it when he gets the ball and he runs and gets tackled. And he just smacks that ball into his arms because he knows he can do it. He can do it. So, and man, that could be the difference in the ball game this year if he really does take one to the crib.
I agree.
Anything else you want to say about Florida before we move on?
No, Clark, always good to beat them. Everybody enjoy it. 34-7, another historic beatdown of them. 17 and then this one. The tide has turned in Jacksonville, Clark. Oh, yeah. It doesn't look like momentum slowing down. That's a great feeling to have for the Georgia Bulldog Nation. So enjoy it, baby.
That's it.
Enjoy it. Great win. And some big ones coming up.
That's right. The Dogs look to go 9-0 on the season. The Missouri Tigers are coming into town.
Yeah.
MIZ-ZO.
Who?
Yeah, they have not looked very good this season. I believe they're 4-4 going into this game. And boy, they have just not had a very good season.
They're pitiful.
No.
They're pitiful. Let me tell you about the Missouri Tigers, Clark.
Okay.
Their defense is terrible.
It is.
I mean, I really think a 10 and under recreation team from over here could put some points on the board on the Missouri defense.
You think so?
They're that bad.
Dang.
They are that bad.
I wanted to give them a little credit.
No,
man.
Don't give them no credit. Don't give Eli Drinkwitz no credit. He's you know what they call Eli Drinkwitz?
What?
Nerd.
Yeah.
Just nerd. But you look at Eli Drinkwitz, he's such a nerd, man. I don't like the guy.
Just a nerd.
Especially when they got Luther Burden. He put out a little commitment video of them in the little lounge, players' lounge and whatnot, shooting a basketball in the little arcade game right there. And, kind of poking fun at Kirby, like, you got to make your shot, stuff like that. So I think there's a tail whooping coming in Athens Saturday night.
Oh. No, I mean, there's going to be. I don't know.
We've lost to them one time in 2013.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That was an awful game we played, and we were plagued by injuries that season.
Yes.
So, I definitely think it's going to be a different kind of looking game in
This
Athens.
game, we're going to go up there in high noon. We're going to eat a biscuit in the morning, and then we're going to go at noon, and we're going to smoke them.
Yeah.
We're going to smoke them. We're going to feel good about it.
Speaking of biscuits, Adam, this is free advertising for this. It's free publicity, but you need to go to the daggum Biscuit Express.
Yeah.
It is really stinking good.
On the way to Athens, go get a biscuit.
And last time we went, we all went in there with our cards. And unfortunately, they only take cash. And we went in there, got up to the thing. Our biscuits were like $15. Right. They're respectable for 4 biscuits and drinks and all that. And didn't have any cash. So what'd they do, Adam?
Hey, they said just bring some cash back. That's what the old small town dining's about.
Yeah.
So luckily, we had a check in the car, wrote it, and went out. But yeah, go get you a biscuit, Clark. But we're going to just dominate Mizzou. Going to dominate Mizzou. And then we're going to come home. People are going to get in the deer stand, get a fire pit, watch Saturday Night Football, and enjoy life. It's not even going to be close. Take the women and children to this game. It's an SEC. Take the women and kids to the game.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's when you know the other team is bad.
I don't really have anything to say about this. Well, I really don't, except it's going to be a bloodbath.
All right. I'm going to give them a little credit, I guess. Don't. I'm going to give them a little bit. No. I'm going to give our Dawg listeners out there just a couple names to remember. Tyler Beatty, senior running back, he has 15 touchdowns on the season. I believe that is tied for third in the nation. So they're going to get this guy the ball a lot. Tyler Beatty, remember that name? He's almost 1,000-yard rusher. Kiki Chisholm, 6'5" receiver. Mizzou loves these kinds of guys, so he's their leading receiver. Yeah. Big, tall guy. Should be an interesting matchup with guys like Darion Kendrick. And then Connor Bazelak, starting quarterback. He is questionable in this upcoming matchup after a knee injury at Vanderbilt. And then the Dogs have won, like you mentioned, 7 straight since 2013. That was an awful game. I mean, I remember going out of that stadium and just saying to myself, like, we just got beat by Vanderbilt. No, sorry, Missouri.
And then we got beat by Vandy.
And then we got beat by Vandy. But man, I think you're right. It's just gonna be a beat down. I don't know what else to say. I feel bad, but
I tell you why I feel this way, Clark. Missouri kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
Did they?
I really bought into the preseason hype that this Missouri team might be second in the East. I said it might be a trap game coming out of Florida. I really bought in to Drinkwitz's offense and Connor Bazelak, and I was like, this team might come in, and we might be a little bit nervous coming in, and they just. I mean, they just have just completely just messed themselves. Just terrible. They're just terrible, man. It's just a terrible football team. It's a terrible display of football. They would have been better off with Barry Odom up there. Yeah. I'm just mad at Missouri for ruining my preseason predictions.
I see.
Because they made me look like an idiot. They made me look like an idiot. They're horrible.
Yeah, they're not very good.
Terrible defense.
Terrible, man.
I might could run for $150 on them. I might could. Yeah. Look, I'm getting some looks for some folks, but the way that defense is playing.
Yeah. I mean, my gosh.
Give me the ball. I might run for about $150.
When you're giving up 24 to Central Michigan, 28 to Kentucky, 28 to Southeast Missouri State. When you're giving up 41 points to Boston College, 62 to Tennessee.
When you go up to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, and you play Boston College, and you give up 40 to the Eagles and Chestnut Hill as an SEC team, come on, man.
That's awful.
Don't give me that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're a respectable football team if you go up there to Chestnut Hill and lose.
I wonder if
they give up 40 points.
I wonder if they're really chestnuts on that hill.
Probably is. But it's Massachusetts, man. Yeah. They don't play college football in Massachusetts.
No. Golly. What an embarrassment.
Yeah, give up 60 points to Tennessee.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm hurt with the Missouri Tigers. I'm going to throttle them. I'm trying to get the rivalry ramped up, our Missouri hatred. People,
it's hard to hate Missouri. I don't know. I have no bad blood, and I can't get into it like you can.
No, I'll say this. I really think that we're going to have a stellar day on the ground. I think we're going to throw the ball around the yard. I do not know if we're going to see JT Daniels, so I'm not even going to predict that. No, it's truly not. Whatever. Yeah. Whoever's playing quarterback, I really think will have a good game. It's just what the doctor ordered coming out of Jacksonville, seriously, against this Missouri defense, who really is not that great of a unit. Awful unit. We need to execute our game plan and defense, of course, especially if Connor Bazelak's out. They're going to eat, and it's going to be a fun afternoon in Athens. I truly think so.
Yeah. Should be a cool day, man.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to feel good. So,
all right. Let's start talking about last week's Pick'em, Adam. Okay, let's talk about last week's Pick'em. Some interesting games. Ole Miss at Auburn, 31-20. Auburn gets the win over number 10 Ole Miss.
Yes, Auburn, man. I mean, you got to give Brian Harsin, as much as you don't want to, credit about what he's doing at the Plains. I think he's instilled a blue-collar mentality into that group.
Yeah.
Got them playing hard. Two good coordinators in Bobo and Darren Mason. And I would venture to say right now on this schedule, Auburn is the best football team that Georgia's beat.
Dang. I mean, yeah, you could definitely make
I definitely think that they are. And the way they're playing now, shoot, look out for them.
Adam,
A&M next week. Woo.
Aren't you glad Aren't you glad that we played them before Florida?
Yes.
And not
if we were going to Opelika, Alabama in November here in a couple of weeks, boy, I'd have 2017 type nightmares right now. You know, I mean, especially in November's where the voodoo happens in that place. So
sell their souls to the devil.
That's right. But yeah, they're playing good ball over there on the Plains. I mean, you gotta admit it. You know, they kind of ramped it up. Old Bo Nix he hadn't been benched yet, like I predicted. He almost did, but he's not yet playing good ball. So he's they're good. And Clark, I think they have a chance to win the West. We might be seeing them again.
Yeah. Well, we're going to pick that game up coming. Auburn and A&M, they've got that one, and then of course Alabama coming up. But we'll save that for just a second. Penn State at Ohio State, 33-24. The Buckeyes get the win, but man, this game was a lot closer than it looked.
It was, Clark. I think Ohio State shot themselves in the foot, but Penn State has some good defense. You know, and I don't know. It makes me excited. Makes me excited. It's just not the explosive offense that I've been hyping up on this show we saw Saturday night against Penn State. So let's see how they do against Michigan State and Michigan closing out the year. But definitely beatable. And definitely is just showing that Georgia's the best football team in the country, folks. Right now, period.
Michigan.
Period.
There goes the pen. Michigan at Michigan State, 37-33. The Spartans get the win at home. I think I called that one, but
you did. I did. You did.
Mel Tucker gets the win, and I tell you, Adam, they're looking legit. They've got that kid. I don't remember his name, but they're running back. Solid football player.
I think they're definitely going to be in the top 4. I believe when the playoff rankings come out tomorrow night. It'll already be out when people hear this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go real quick. Top 4 playoff. I'll go ahead and make a prediction what the committee is going to do. I'm going to go number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Michigan State. Okay.
Wow.
Number 3, Alabama. No. Number 3, Oklahoma. Number 4, Alabama. Dang. No, I'm going to call no Cincinnati in the top 4.
Dang. I don't know how I would rearrange mine, but I'm gonna say Cincinnati's going to be there, but they're going to be number 4.
I think they'll be 5 or 6. I think they're going to add the drama of if they're going to get in or not. I think Ohio State's going to be 5 or 6, where the drama of playing Michigan State, Michigan there at the end of the season to climb up's there. So that's what I'm going with.
Very interesting. Yeah, a lot will be talked about here in the next few days after this poll is released. So
that's right.
Keep your eyes on it. All right, Kentucky at Mississippi State, 31-17. Adam, you called this one.
Big Mike Leach.
Yeah, Mike Leach. I kind of put a hurting on Kentucky.
You don't mess with the pirate. Don't mess with the pirate. I'm going to go a step further with some bold predictions. I'm just feeling a little bit bold tonight, Clark. I just want to let my lips run a little bit and say some stupid stuff that might not come to fruition. But I'm going to say it. I'm going to say Mike Leach has a better tenure and outlasts Lane Kiffin in the SEC or the Mississippi schools.
Dang. Adam, I don't know about that.
Hey, he's just kind of crawling along. Yeah. Mike Leach is getting some good wins here now and then, just staying under the radar. But Kiffin's just, high flying, crash and burn, or lighting it up.
Yeah.
So give me the pirate.
Interesting.
Give me the pirate,
Adam. We'll see. We'll see how that
turns out.
The
Egg Bowl this year. We'll get to that, but might.
Yeah. We'll see how that turns out.
All right.
All right. Let's go to this week's picks. Number 12, Auburn. The Tigers take on the number 13 Aggies of A&M at 3:30 CBS.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Adam, who do you like in this?
Auburn. Sorry, Clark. I'm sorry. I'm just premature with everything tonight, man. I'm just juiced. I'm juiced, man. I'm excited. I hope our listeners are too. All right, it's in College Station, right?
Yeah.
3:30. Jimbo Fisher and Auburn. Both teams alive in that West run trying to get Atlanta to play the Dogs. Give me the Auburn Tigers, Bo Nix.
Wow.
Two hot teams right now. Two teams that are playing good football, but I'm going with Auburn.
Okay.
I'm going with Auburn.
I'm actually going to go with you. Auburn.
Yeah.
I hate
ain't
Auburn.
saying that, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Well, Adam, wouldn't you rather, well, I say this. Would you rather play Auburn or Bama in that?
Give me Bama.
Yeah, I want
Time
Bama.
to kill the king.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll kill Auburn twice.
That'd be just as fun.
That's right.
I don't care who we play in that championship game as long as we beat them. So
doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Auburn. You're going to take Auburn. Yep. And then let's go out west a little bit. Oklahoma State. Well, actually, we're not going west. It's still on the East Coast a little bit.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
I think I'm off a little bit.
That was good.
My wife's probably critiquing me.
No, that was good. So West Virginia.
Yeah, Oklahoma State at West Virginia, 3:30 ESPN. Adam, I'm going to take the upset. I love West Virginia Mountaineers for John Denver, after the game.
Forever,
I love the colors. I love the mountains. I don't know anything about West Virginia, but I just feel it. I just feel it.
Some couch burning.
Yes.
The Mountaineers. God, you done got me jacked up about the Mountaineers. Give me some country roads. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia. Bucket. Give me the Mountaineers.
I love it. Oh, man. I like it. Okay. And, that could upset Oklahoma State's chances at a potential playoff. They're still in it. They're still in the hunt. So
Mountaineers.
We'll see.
Neil Brown and the Mountaineers. I wasn't planning on that until we started singing and the adrenaline, the moment got to me, but it just felt right.
Is Neil Brown the guy with the hair, or has he been fired?
Holgerson, man, he went to Houston.
Yeah.
That guy, he's over in Houston.
I have not kept up with the Mountaineers of West Virginia.
Neil Brown came from Troy.
Okay.
Old Troy Trojan.
Yep. Interesting. Interesting. All right, moving on. Tennessee at Kentucky, 7 o'clock, ESPN 2. I'll tell you, this is an underrated rivalry
There's
game.
Some hate. There's some serious hate in this. And Tennessee is dominated. Mm-hmm. It's in Lexington. 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Clark. I'm going with this.
You're going to take the Wildcats.
You're going to take the Wildcats?
You're going to take them. I'm going to take them.
No, I'm not going to take them.
No, you are.
I'm not going to take them. Let me tell you why. Big Blue Madness. Kentucky's opening basketball practice started the Friday night before they played Georgia. Since they opened up basketball, they are 0-2. It's back to reality for the Kentucky Wildcats. I was fired up. Everybody's done figured out Will Levis can't put no touch on the ball or he's going to throw it deep. Give me the Tennessee Volunteers and the mighty Josh Heupel flying down the field, getting a little momentum build up before they face the Dogs. Dog comes crashing down. Give me Tennessee beating Kentucky in Lexington.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm going to take, like I said, I'm going to take Kentucky.
All right.
Night game.
Hey, it should be a fun game to watch. I'm excited for it.
It will be.
Yep.
We'll be back at home.
Yeah,
in time for that
We'll
one.
be in front of a fire with the TV and the porch.
There you go. I like it. All right. Going out west to the West Coast. I just thought this would be an interesting game to pick. Number 7, Oregon, who is also still in the hunt, Pac-12, at Washington. Really bad Washington team, I think. 7:30 ABC. This could be a potential trap game for the Ducks, Adam.
Yeah. I mean, old Washington and Oregon, it's always good to go out to the West Coast and pick a football game. You know, just see what they got going on every now and then. Oregon's still in the playoff hunt, man. I think they put it on the old Colorado Buffaloes last week. Give me the Oregon Ducks big.
Okay.
Right. I don't think Washington's offense is atrocious.
Hey, they're bad.
They're still stuck in some bad football being played up there in Washington on the offense side of the football, I think. Last time I heard about them, they were.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to keep with that narrative that Washington is not a good offensive football team.
All right.
So I'm going to go with the Ducks.
Okay. Washington
48-13.
Oh, dang.
48-13. Give me the Ducks.
Golly. Well, Washington got beat by Montana, the Grizzlies, earlier in the season. But you know what?
They did.
I think they're going to keep it close. I do think the Ducks will get it.
You got a feeling about the old Huskies keeping it close on the Ducks, don't you?
Yeah. I just, for whatever reason. Just going to keep it close. So.
Yeah.
All right. And then the game of the week, Adam, I actually didn't get a final on this, Adam.
Oh,
this is awful preparation.
Oh, who? Wait.
From last week. Yeah.
Let me look it up. Keep talking.
Okay. Glory to
who was
who was our game of the week? Hold up. It was
How did we forget this? A&M, Texas A&M, Texas A&M Kingsland.
Yeah. Versus oh boy, this is awful.
This is amateurism at its best, right?
West Texas A&M versus
was it West? Yeah, versus Texas A&M. Just look up the West Texas
score
because this would be devastating to the folks so they don't know who won this football game.
I literally have people telling me that they love this segment. So we're going to keep doing this, but terrible preparation on my part. I'm sorry about this. It looks like, yes, okay. Texas A&M Buffaloes and the Texas A&M Gainesville Javelinas. The Javelinas fell off a cliff and died. 35-23, the Buffaloes stampeded. So.
Well done.
But anyway.
Okay.
Which brings us to this game of the week. The big one. Listen to this one, Adam. You ready?
Yeah.
The Southern Arkansas Mule Riders.
Yeah.
At Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, I'm going to give you a couple of fun facts. And based on these facts, I want you to pick this game.
Okay.
All right. Now, also, I want to say this to our fans, our listeners out there. You can get a ticket to this epic showdown for only $10.
Better jump on it, folks.
$10 with taxes and fees included. You can go you can save some money, go get you a hot dog out there.
You can't get a gallon of gas for $10 these days. Better go get you a ticket.
That's right.
Or it's getting that way.
Yeah. Yep.
Anywho, go ahead.
All right. Southern Arkansas. All right. The Mule Riders. Their official mascot is called Molly Ann. All right. Molly Ann is a full-size American mule ridden by a mule rider. Molly Ann can be found at football games, but also can be found at mule gates, Adam.
What?
Ask me what a mule gate is.
What is a mule gate?
Mule gating is the SAU version of tailgating. Students, family, and friends of SAU can gather to visit, eat, and prepare for the upcoming game. The event is hosted by the university's Office of Alumni Relations, and there's always, Adam, a variety of grilled food. I bet they have hot dogs there.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well as games for the children.
I love it. And the mule, and Molly Ann, the mule, makes an appearance. Just takes pictures.
You gotta love that.
I'm sold.
You gotta love that.
I'm
but
sold.
wait now, hold up now.
All right.
Okay, that's Southern Arkansas. Okay, Southern Nazarene though is, God bless them. There's nothing to really like about them. They're 14-86 since 2012. They formed in the year 2000, so they're a fairly new football team. 14-86. I don't know what the percentage is of that, but that is horrible. Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the next bullet.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's our fun fact. I mean that's good.
Oh yeah.
All right, give it to us.
All right. So
that is terrible. 14-86.
Southern Nazarene though Athletics is hosting a clothing and canned food drive, which is great. Mm-hmm. So this is the clothing and canned food drive game, as they call it.
Good. So bring $10 and a can of beans and get into the game.
That is great. That's good stuff.
Good.
So with that said, Adam, one more fun fact. Going back to the other team, Southern Arkansas, former alma mater of Auburn head coach Tommy Tuberville.
And United States Senator. Unreal. So
with that said, Adam, I'm going to take the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm, who is 1-8 on the season.
Why are you doing that?
And they're 14-86 since 2012. One, because I can't stand Tommy Tuberville, and two, because they are hosting a clothing and canned food drive. No, this is good stuff.
I'm taking Southern Arkansas.
You are
for Molly and the Mule and the Mule Gate.
Do you think
that's got me sold? I'm there. Molly and the Mule and the Mule Gate and Southern Arkansas is going to kick.
I see what you did there.
Yes, sir.
Kick some
A.
Tail.
Yeah.
Tail.
Kick some A.
Yeah.
To keep the theme going. 41-14. Blowout is going to happen.
Hold up now.
Go Mules.
Is that what a mule sounds like? There you go. Interesting. Sounded like somebody letting loose a fart.
That's what the one across the road does right there. So let's go. 41. The show has come off the track.
Oh, man.
It's come off the track.
Like I said,
it's come off the track. Give me the mules.
I'm going with the Crimson Storm. They're going to just thunder. They're going to They're going to strike down the mules. You just watch it, Adam. The score's going to be 52-0.
Whoa. Let's place a wager. This one might be the best one we've had yet. What do you want to bet on this? I know we're getting like, but we're having too much fun. Let's bet a hamburger.
All right.
Burger bet. Burger bet.
Give me where do you want your burger from?
Burger from Wendy's.
Okay.
About 4 for $4 meal from Wendy's. Let's ramp it up a little bit. 4 for $4 meal from Wendy's. Then whatever day, I'll bring it to the house to you.
Okay. I'll do that.
Southern Arkansas.
All right.
Win. Bam. Molly, let's go.
Okay. Oh, man, which brings us to Georgia versus Missouri, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Athens, Georgia. We're coming back home, people. It's been a long time since we've been in, or at least I've been in Athens. Adam, I'm going to give you a score prediction right quick, and then I want you to give me yours, okay?
All right.
I'm going to go Dogs, 45 to 10.
Woo!
Actually, no, not even 10. Woo! That's being way too generous. 45 to 6.
Whoa! Yeah, baby. I love it.
45-6, bucket. Missouri has one of the best kickers, I think, in the nation. I'm pretty sure. And so they're going to hit a 52-yard field goal and a 37-yard field goal. 6 points. Dogs 45. We're going to roll offensively. It's going to be a field day for the Dogs.
It's going to be a good day.
Adam,
it's going to be a good day, Clark. You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Let me tell y'all something right now. We just left Jacksonville undefeated for the second time in over 30 years. For the second time in over 30 years. And I'm telling you, people, you need to understand how important it'll be to have a 12-0 season. And we're there. It's only Missouri, Tennessee, Charleston Southern, and Georgia Tech. And then it's 12-0. It's perfection for the regular season. We hadn't had that in a very long time. So we're living during historic times. Everybody get fired up about it, baby. And I was saying, but God, what else is there to do except get fired up about this football team?
And put up your Christmas tree.
And be optimistic about it, baby. Get it. Hey, look at it with a glass half full that this Georgia team is the one you've been waiting on. You've been waiting on. Your daddy's been waiting on. Your mama's been waiting on. Your kids have been waiting on. Everybody's been waiting on this season right here. So relish it. Relish it, man. Give me the Georgia Bulldogs Saturday in Athens. Let's go. We're going to have us a good time. We're going to go there. We're going to eat a hot dog. We're going to take care of business. We're going to get back to the house, get into Deerwoods, or either watch the football with a bonfire and enjoy some family time. Give me the Dogs 52-3. Let's go!